the mask is in my eyes. Just a little bit though. It's not like it's uncomfortable or nothing. Oh my god, it's a little. Oh, that's me talking. I hate it. Go. Paste this here. Boom, boom. Post. Send it. Great. That and that. Where's my phone? I gotta open up Stream Deck on its thing. God damn it. This. Where is it? No. Fuck. Yes, you don't recognize me because I'm wearing a mask. I get it. This. Okay, here we go. We're doing it. I'm still not 100% ready. Also, I didn't fucking pull out the main goddamn chat. This. Where's the zoom in a little bit? This pop out chat. Boom, boom, boom. This and one of these. Oh my fucking eyes. Unfortunately, this one can't hide my tears. The Crusader one would do better than that a second ago. But yes, more or less, yes. Alright, here we go. This, I want to intro it to some extent in a cute way. This. This one instead. Okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I don't know what this is. I think it's supposed to be a zombie witch. Instead, it just looks like a I don't know, because it's just like the skin pigment is not the same as my skin pigment. I'm more pinky, I guess. Regardless, also it just looks like the wig aspect of it looks kind of weird. I don't know what's the deal here. I don't know what I'm supposed to do to leverage this in a way that would make it better. If I get all dark and spoopy, does that help? Or does it still look kind of absurd? I don't know. I don't know. Regardless, also, this one, it's a high quality mask actually, but I bought this one. And it goes into my eye, and then like you can barely see where my eye is, but it's there. But it also means that it's like the seam is really close to my actual fucking eye. So it's a little sketchy. Do you think we should be all spoopy in the darkness, or should I push the brightness up where it was? Ah, fuck. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I was wrong and in denial. I kind of played it up a little bit because I wanted to make it very obvious I was in denial. But yes, Sekedi, our queen, is absolutely correct, and Child, of course, was there, is coming next. And it's just depressium. It's not even copium anymore, man. It's just fucking sadness. Anyways, is what it is. I'm licking my fingertips because guess what, boys? Far Cry coming out. Also, I cleaned my room, and my sinuses have been on just a nightmare. More darkness. All right, I ain't do more darkness. Maybe a little. It looks like just enough darkness. It still looks really good. Like even though it's dark AF, it still looks like it's meant to pseudo do that. Well, weird. Anyway, more darkness. Let me know. It could just be a black shadow in the. What if I was just over here? Like, oh no, the lighting. I forgot that the reason why that's dark is because it's farther away and the light's not illuminating. It looks good. Okay, perfect. Wearing a mask to hide the tears over God. Well, you know, here the thing is I now have. Well, the thing is, I'm also thinking about what. Like, look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Also, tickling. Sorry. I got 40 or 24 and 43. Actually, no, 15. Sorry, 15 wishes. And by the time we get to Hutao, I think the shop will have reset. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Regardless, we're gonna have accumulated a lot of wishes. And I don't know, man. As much as I want like a Hutao, I'm not like. It doesn't get me like fucking gunning it. You know what I mean? As much as like I don't know. I made a video today about the whole update and me talking about all the bits and pieces of everything. And yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things where we'll see what happens. But all in all, I mean, I think I think the events are getting better. Like, it's cool that this is an event and it's like 6 things that we can do. It's still not like you can play for a long time, but at least it's not like running food to somebody, which literally takes 5 seconds. Like, it's just the fucking slowest thing ever, you know? So at least this is something. This is a step in the right direction of like, hey, we got a lot of things to do, and they kind of reward you a pretty good bit. And also, it's scratching itches for different people, basically, you know. So that to me makes sense. But regardless, I'm not done fully sending Mona, so I'm gonna kill the water guy a couple more times, guys, and then we'll jump over to what's his name? Let it die. It's a man apparently. A little sexist of me, but anyways. But before we do that, we'll probably do a little bit more. Where is the thing? How could I see? We are at 40. See, yeah, let me tell you guys, when she comes out, Gandhi comes out, your boy ready. Your boy ready. We need a little more 26 to be able to level up Mona all the way to 80. And I was worried about like the experience books, but no, dude, I'm just gonna full send it because we're gonna have more than enough time to fully regenerate the experience books. This right here, boom. Also, that's how excited I am for Genshin. I still never let it boil over, but that's how excited I am right there. Give me a minute. It's loading real slow, but let me show you in a hot minute. This. Nope, wrong one. No, that worked out anyway. I am at, you guys can't see it. Look at that. Look at my resin, dude. My resin is so goddamn close to the wire. 5 away. All right. But hey. That's how excited I am to play Genshin right now. Okay. And it's fucked up because this event is not bad. It's just like that. It's like, oh, we're doing this. Okay. Great. I don't mean to be negative. I need to just be hyping it up a lot. I heard a bad take today, though, a little bit. Yeah, I don't really want to get into it because it's just a little more negative. But it was people basically, a person, how do I phrase it properly? It wasn't a bad take. Well, to me, it was a bad take. But basically, it was a person, like, talking about the whole, like, again, I think everybody's in agreement. Every single person's in agreement of the review bombing everything but Genshin is silly. like if you're review bombing Clash of Clans or something because of Genshin, it does literally nothing. It does literally nothing besides maybe actually make MiHoYo frustrated because there's no gain from it. But the dislike bomb, when you go to make a review on a game because you are unhappy with the service that it's providing, that is entirely within your capability and whatever to do so, you know? So to me, I don't know, the whole like review bombing thing where a person was saying that, and then, oh my God, the person also, I don't want to fucking make anyone an enemy, but the person also said, I mean, it wouldn't be surprising if some genuine reviews, got like pulled away from the shitty reviews that are talking about anniversary rewards. Sorry, man. I know it's weird, but like if somebody has that much of a dislikement for their person or for the thing, and they describe it as such, now a person could look at the review and be like, the dude's talking about rewards. I don't play video games for rewards anyway. This doesn't affect me. But if a person does feel that way, then absolutely that's valuable information that you're justifying them blocking or taking away. So I don't know, to me, man, the whole review thing, like, again, the idea that you're review bombing other games makes no sense. But the idea that you're like trying to like justify MiHoYo, which most likely will happen, which is basically blanket taking a shit ton of the like 1-star reviews because they're working with like Google and Apple, and the game makes so much money for them that of course they'll help them kind of like tweak things around a little bit. So yeah, but anyways, it's just one of those things where I'm just kind of like, seems like a bad take. Seems like a bad take. Also, the thing that where a person, I'm being an asshole just by not talking about them now. I'm looking like a coward. Regardless, it's not why I'm doing it. It's just because the person has seemingly been in an emotionally bad place, so I don't want to do anything like that. Push them or jeopardize them, even though I am nothing in the grand scheme of things. But the person also talked about the idea of like how we get change is by like being more being more present on the Discord with our dislikement, being more present in comments, being more present in the Genshin Reddit. And if you've seen anything this whole week, it's people you cannot be more. You cannot be in the last 3 weeks. You could not be more present about your dislikement for the game and still nothing. So the fact that people were like, fuck it, let's try something, and then they use the only tool that can leverage them against them. And to me, there is also a
a conflicting of incentive. There's a conflict of interest, basically. So if a person wants, if Genshin Impact is rated low in the grand scheme of things, and you make content for Genshin, there is an inadvertent paywall there, where if the game's notoriety and whatnot goes down, then theoretically all the videos you made and all the content you play and all the streams that you do will get jeopardized as well. So of course you would want to not jeopardize the review setting. So of course people would want to angle that in a weird way. Oh wow, the hair it's fucking horrible. It's a nightmare. Ink? Mr. Ink, my dude. You look fucking badass in your profile pic, by the way. Regardless, this is nonsense. It's Halloween. It's supposed to be fucking cringe. Okay? It's supposed to be my internal suffering. But also, this is the best time to be cringe. People are here being slutty. I've always been the cringe person who took Halloween way too seriously, who like got fake prosthetic wounds and super glued them to his face, only to have himself be in incredible pain for majority of the day. Also, massively irritated the whole day. But hey, man. I like Halloween. What can we say? All right. Lone Syndicate says noted. Sekiri noted. Sekiri Grin has already been knocked down, so don't kick him too. I mean, hey, exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you looking out. All right. Nanny says, what the fuck are you wearing, Nanny? What are you wearing? Actually, don't answer that. I don't know your age. Although I feel like, no, I don't know enough. This could get clipped. It could be at the end of me. Frankly, what? I don't know. That's a good argument that we're hearing a lot today. I've heard it a lot this week, which is, can you really get canceled, or do you just let the hate kind of consume you? Because, like, if you just kind of stay steadfast, like, maybe if you're a normal person, like a normal human being, you could get canceled. Like, you know, your boss fire you, you fucking get wrecked in that way. But do you think you could get canceled if you just, like, if all you had was people who were being rude to you on Twitter and whatnot, you know? Sekri says, damn, that's a lot of wishes. I mean, not compared to you. Sekri's got tons of wishes because she's holding up for Scaramouche, and she might have, frankly, too much wishes at this rate. Because Scaramouche is looking like he's, well, we don't know. Who knows? But I think, well, who knows? I heard someone say that he's like a year away, but then I also seen people say, well, that's not confirmed, and there's no, like, data for that. Like, there's nothing that says that specifically, you know? It's like, what's good, Sammy? What's good, Red? Oh, so Lone Syndicate, Nanny, everyone, what's good? Sorry, I should have been like, what's good? I was on a little bit of a tangent. You know when you guys see something, and then you kind of just... I don't know, man. I'm bad at that shit. Because I don't lie. I don't ever lie, really. I don't think I lie in general. But well, actually, that's not true. When there's like weird lewd things, I tend to like plead the fifth, basically. So I will say that's my only kind of like I don't want this trouble. Okay. But when it comes to like stuff like that, I don't know. I've been thinking about that. Like it eats away at me if I don't talk about it, you know. Which it's probably not a good thing. It's probably a good idea to like compartmentalize things and just kind of. Let them fade away, you know? Thank you for saying nice mask, Red. Appreciate you. Sammy says, hi, what's good? Ink says, oh, wow, his hair is not great. What's good? Sandhawk? Or Insane Hawk, sorry, Insane Hawk. Insane Hawk says, magnificent costume, Grin. I mean, it's not much of a costume. I think masks for Halloween-wise was always a fun thing for me. And I have maybe like 10. So, and also, that's not even counting the ones that are mine. Anyways. But also, they're old. They're like some of them are real scuffed, you know? This one's the only one I bought recently that was actually pretty good. Like, the rubber itself, I think, is meant to be used in the way that I'm using it, you know? Like, it's meant to be on the face. It's not meant to be, like, fucking cheapest-ass plastic that's gonna melt your child's face off, you know? Also, I wanted to check what that was at first. Let's see. Do I have enough to level up Mona? I think I'm one off, because I didn't get the perfect drop. Yeah, fucking one off, yeah. All right, well. We'll do this daily, I guess. Ink says go do tell. Okay, I did actually. What's good, Dragonbane? Dragonbane says, I know actually nothing about this game. I hadn't paid it any attention whatsoever. What the heck is Genshin anyway? Not Brian, sorry, Dragonbane. I mean, I don't know. It's to me, it's a game that seemingly is very, very popular. So that's the only thing I really. I mean, it's a whole. I'm not sure. I'm in a place in Genshin right now where I don't want to dote on it. I don't know why. Hey, you know why. We all know why. Alrighty. Ink says, same, lol, never cared to play this game. I just watched because I find, oh, thank you so much. Hey. Yeah, what do you call it? I mean, that's the thing, man. I'm still, I'm kind of waiting for a game that's like a paid-as-a-service kind of game, like a Let It Die kind of was. And honestly, if there was a game like Genshin that was constantly updating itself, but actually hopefully was like meaningful content and not just like, you know, content that feels a little rushed and whatnot, then I'd be fucking through the moon, you know. But there hasn't been a game like that thus far. At least not a game that has the same like structure of gameplay that I like, you know. Like it Let It Die had the challenging draw, but also had like cool armors and cosmetics and such. So I liked all that. But yeah, I'm still waiting on that game necessarily. Oh my God, Sekiri says she has 280 wishes. Oof. Are you gonna go for more constellations on Hu-Tao? Are you gonna start to trim away at that? Because you guarantee have like 2 Scaramouches at this point. You know what I mean? Oh, close. I mean, not exactly, but pretty close. Insane Hawk says, to be fair, I don't see the world where review bombing is a good practice. I tend to think there's other ways to make yourself heard than that. Well, that's the thing, Insane Hawk. I think that's the ultimate thing is. In an ideal world, no, you would absolutely not review bomb ever, because it's bad for the game. And if you like the game and you want it to change, then it just starts tanking the game. But that's not what's happened in Genshin, and people are doing like the whole idea of what's happening as a disservice. The thing is that MiHoYo, the difference is you do every single thing you can do to make yourself heard. I've seen bunch of petitions. I seen the Reddit get fucking dogpiled. I seen the Discord. I seen the most like gung ho for Genshin kind of business groups be like, yeah, this is kind of what's happening. We're a year in, and yeah, and then nothing. Still like dead ass silence. Nothing. For like, and if this has been going on for like a month, like there's more than enough time for them to have heard something and to them to at least just be like, well, this. And when there was nothing. So to me, in the instances where literally nothing is working, try everything because you'll find something that works, or else you won't, because there's nothing else to try. So to me, as much as I agree with this like bombing or review bombing doesn't do anything, if you are, what is the whole point of reviews? Review bombing is bad when you just review bomb literally. But if people, and then this is the kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back, in my opinion, then it is totally reasonable for you to take the only thing that you have at your service to help other consumers to say, we're a year into this game, there's still no core endgame content, they're barely reviewed, or they've barely given rewards to the player base, or at least not to the same effect as other games that are half its success, or have half its success, and they list off all of the things that they are disgruntled with, and then they like leave the review. That to me isn't review bombing. That's just a person waiting to talk about the things that they are actually unhappy with, you know. Also, did them sales points. Also, I think that the boss is back now. Let's do it. Also, did I do you this week? Yes, I did. Okay, good. I'm so close to 50k. Ooh, 50k Primo Gems. Golly. Fluff says, I'm around 120 nice after current login rewards. Should be able to risk a pull for Yai Miko and dump the rest into Albedo and Garus. Oh yeah, or maybe we could get. Well, I don't know. I'm kind of done in the the thing is I dip my tippy toe into leaks a little bit, but I don't like to swim in it, because then I just get super spoiled for everything. So it's like I try to have both worlds, and it ends up biting me because I end up being wrong too many times. So I'm kind of just in the state of I don't know, dude. Lone says, Halloween is my favorite time of this year. The trick and treats, although I'm not a big fan of sweets and frights, and the scenes terrifying people, it's a very good time of it. Yeah, man, I'm not a big fan of the horror thing aspect of it either. I just disavow that. But, I will say, I think the reason, it's kind of sad, Halloween's kind of dipped down in the last couple of years because I think, specifically the last 2 years because of COVID, they don't want to, like, incentivize people running around and like trick-or-treating and stuff like that, because that's like the most passing of germs around ever, you know. Now he says, Sake, if he is a year out, you're definitely getting Consolation 6. Jesus. Brian, our Dragonbane says, yeah, Grin, okay, let's be too real generous. Okay. It's really looking forward to Let It Die. Let us be blessed with Uncle I hope so, man. I'm really hoping there's another Let It Die. Or honestly, the thing is, man, I just want another pseudo game that's not on the Switch, like that's super held back by technical prowess, you know? I'm rolling for Yamiko or Ayato. I'll see which is better for me. I'll keep saving. Ooh, boy, howdy. So that's who you saving for. Gotcha. Red says, after getting C1 Yuimiya, C6 Sayu, and Kokomi a couple days ago, woof, I'm now wish broke. I'm skipping all 2.2 and 2.3. So time to say, really, man, I feel like Yamiko might be 2.3. Yamiko and maybe Garu with another rerun. But I feel like I'm not sure. Like now the child's there, and they've kind of been like, yeah, fuck your dreams. If you want a character that hasn't had a rerun yet, we could just rerun 5. We could just keep rerunning Klee, you fuckers. So hope is dead. Sadness awaits. But there also could be some reason for why they're not giving Albedo yet, and because there's no dedicated artifact set that's good for him yet, and maybe they're still trying to. Yeah, I feel like it'd be weird for them to release Albedo when he doesn't have. Some things like if he doesn't have his they could give him his weapon, but I think Abel desperately needs like the perfect artifact set that's exactly meant for him, you know. Diona's voice feels like a knife stabbing through your eardrums. So yeah, just thought I'd throw that out there. I want C6 and his weapon. Woof. that's too much. Well, the weapon, honestly, that's the thing. Well, actually, no. Now you can guarantee get 1 or 2 of his weapons, but you'd have to spend a shit ton. I'm not sure if that's like that. The weapon thing changes it from being like maybe to no. I don't think the weapon banner guarantees you anything. It just increases your odds by a great deal. But you could get pretty rickety. I mean, hey, I'm not going to put the negativity out there. You're going to get Scaramouche first pull. He's going to come home. Oh, right. Zhongli's always to the right. Oh, Damien, what's good, Damien? Damien says, did you watch the concert? I did not. What happened? What was in the concert? I did not watch the concert. Did crazy shit happen? I also feel like, man, and this is just me, I kind of mentioned it in passing in the video I made today. It'll come out tomorrow, hopefully. I don't know, man. To me, it just kind of, the concert kind of feels like I don't know. It feels fucked up. Like, it feels weird. It feels like, who asked for this? What? I would have been just as happy with, like, 50 Primo Gems. Like, why? What? what? Who was... And also, the thing that's also a little rough is that a lot of things in Genshin always feel like they're trying to like, how do I put it? They're like trying to monetize you almost, which I get to some extent. But it's always weird when there's an event or like a web event, it's almost always basically just a huge excuse for you to share the stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's basically like, hey, can you advertise our game for free for us, please? And here's like a little handful of Zamora, you trash person. You know, it just kind of feels a little bad. You know, did we kill it? I think we did it. Nice. All right, we have enough for our girl. Good. Also, I need to. I got the. I did a little bit today, but basically I need to use my fragmented resin because I bought it real quick and I ran because I was gonna forget about it today. I picked up my coffee, stirred it, and guess what I did? Nothing. Once again. What is it? Also, we talk about how Shangling is finally showing up in game. Her time to shine, baby. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Maybe she's just like, I'm here, and that's it. And then Child just like, all right, get away. Shut up. Shut up, trash. Regardless, Fluffus, tell me. Oh God. Tell me about how she is present in this DLC thing, which I haven't done yet. I feel like this hair makes it look like I should like be of greater width, and it just doesn't really sync up really. Oh, it's getting a little hot and spicy here, and not in a good way. Just like a very like sweaty, gross, stank, all that. Not good. Simply awful. Simply put, ugh. Boba. I'm not even gonna say it, but anyways, you know what I mean. you fucking get it. Did any of y'all watch the concert? Cause I didn't. So did I miss some crazy shit where they're like, "Hey, here's us talking directly to the community"? Cause if I missed that, then shit. But it's also kind of like, of course they would, if that was the case, then they put it behind a concert, not like a video named, "Hey, this is kind of how our community is pissed off at us right now." So again, like they're trying to push this under the rug a little bit, but I might be being too not fair, basically. Shangling, fuck everything up. Oh, also, you know how I was showing you guys how like Shangling was hitting for like 10k and that she wasn't when I was doing it? We just hit for 20k with Shangling. So what was 10k right there? So, and she doesn't have the catch polearm, and I don't even think her weapon's level 90 or 80 or even. Regardless, I basically she didn't have the pale flame set or her artifact set activated, so I didn't have 4-piece. So I was like just basically rocking around with 20% energy recharge with no 4-piece bonus. And I was like, oh, well, that sucks. And then I put that on her and she started just ripping things in half. And I was like, oh, okay, this is what I'm used to. Fluff says, still no hangout for Shinyan, hangout, but I guess it makes sense to prioritize Inazuma characters like Sayu and Thomas. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Damien says, review bombing is bad, that's why their website has countermeasures against it. Yeah, okay, but here's the thing, Damien. That's the thing that's like the idea of review bombing where someone just reviews and then leaves, or sorry, rates the game 0 and then like runs away. That's not fair. But the thing that also is like a nice scapegoat for review bombing, Damien, is when people basically have like, okay, no, it's been a year. Here are all the criticisms I have for the game. Here is why the game to me could have been like a 5, but it's a 3, or it's a 2, or maybe it's even a 1 because I'm done and I'm frustrated. And then they list a bunch of valid reasons of like, okay, we're a year in, there's still no end game content. So if you want a game that you can play and have an end game for it, then this is not the game for you. If you have this, and they just keep listing off like valid concerns, like there are certain characters that they recently released which are completely out of whack and don't synergize with other characters, which de-incentivizes wishing on future characters because they may not work with your previous characters. So it just completely eats that alive. And then they just go through a bunch of lists, and that's what I think. If you go and look at the Genshin like reviews that have like them at 1 star now, a lot of them when I seen, maybe that things have changed, they weren't just like anniversary rewards bad 1 star and then they run away. No, it was genuinely being like a frustration, like paragraphs of fucking comments of being like, this is wrong, that's wrong, this is stupid, why is this a thing? And that to me is a valid review. It's not just someone being like, hey, and then running away. And to me, the nice thing if you're a developer as a review bombing is you can basically go to Apple or Google and be like, hey, look at how much dislike we got review bombed. That's not fair, right? And then they take away valid concerns, valid reviews that are negative to their property. And they chalk it up to just haters so that they don't have to change, because it's far easier to just assume that everyone else is wrong so that you don't have to change. So to me, that's where things start getting wrong. Like, yes, the idea of going to something and rating, but also it's your power as a consumer. That is literally the only thing besides just not buying in the first place that you can do to voice your concern that actually impacts the game's search traffic. So it's like people being like, you shouldn't leverage the only thing that you can leverage as a consumer besides your voice, which people can just be like, mute. So as a corporation, they're like, yeah, keep talking to us, mute. All right, well, we keep making money, baby, so eat them or eat me. So I don't know, to me the whole thing with review bombing is not just so simple as it bad, you know. I also don't think you disagree with the fact that like there are like not, but I think the again, people, MiHoYo will maybe use this as a way to just like take away valid like negative reviews that aren't just, you know, that. But yes. Lone Singlet says, also Fluff says, dipping so far into leaks because that's now a lack of Genshin. Yeah, Ganyu rerun remote. Yeah. Lone Singlet says also, why are we getting another 5-star bow? We have plenty of 5-star bows, but MiHoYo, can we please get a 5-star claymore? Yes, or just a claymore with crit rate. It could be a 4-star. I would just be happy, or crit damage. Sorry. And I actually have a question for the chat. I'm actually interested in what you guys think about this. I'm interested about all of you. I don't know why I said that. It's fucking stupid. But actually, let me catch them on chat before I ask you guys. Insane Hawk says, I love to have Let It Die 2 as well, while wishing to hear maybe something about their next project, at least for the 5th anniversary. I guess we're not. Yeah, I know. Insane, it's a bit rough. It's rough out here as a fan. Fluff says, we'll get those when 5-star Claymore Catalyst users are real. Yeah, which is never. Which are getting. Oh yeah, Miko could be one. Yeah. Future 5-star weapons. Yeah, I could see that. Child never had a 5-star alongside, so he's getting one. Hu Tao has a staff of Homa, are likely returning. Yeah. Which, man, let me tell you, I don't care how good a fucking Child's weapon is. Okay, it ain't good enough to beat a Homa, which is good on fucking everybody. Okay. Now the question is whether Albedo is getting a tailored 5-star sword for him, or just a rerun of the Morax. Man, if he got the Morax series, that would be bullshit. Because in no way does that specialize in what he does like really well, you know. So like I said, the concert was so really. Wow, see that's the thing. That to me, like, would you have rather had the concert or like a 10, like not 10 wishes, but like maybe 5 wishes, or like maybe 3 wishes? Because to me, I feel like if you were to poll the mass majority of Genshin, you'd be like, I mean, I think I love the music, and I would totally buy the soundtrack or whatever if it wasn't like an absurd money. But I don't. I'm gonna watch this video once and then be done with it forever, you know. Or I guess I could add it to a playlist and listen to that specifically. But yeah. Yeah, please become in 2.3. I'm hoping. Yeah, me too. Yeah, Lone Singlet. That'd be cool. Although I don't know, man. I'm kind of like, yeah. Honestly, is like they forced because Ganyu is so far away. I'm just kind of like, yeah, I guess. It's not that I don't like Yai. It's just that I wanted fucking Ganyu to be checked off the goddamn list, and I had plans for her, and I just got my momentum shattered. Anyways, the question is, will this work in time? Probably not. Let's try it. This. Oh, I was far too close. I did it. A little bit of a waste, but it doesn't take a long time to get her ult back. Did it. Easy peasy. Okay, I want to ask you guys a question. Okay, so do you guys think that the Child rerun will be a successful banner? Now, we'll determine what a successful banner would be, Grim. To me, it would be middle of the road. Anything that's not like one of the worst, because I think Tartaglia, who, regardless of what I think you guys will agree that he is a good character, but is like one of the few characters that is fundamentally different when you level up his constellations. Like his constellations turn him into like you don't have to turn him off. You just can keep performing constantly. Here's the thing, because this is I'll give my take on it, because again, people could agree. Because now Tartaglia has an artifact set queued up for him. Boom, spike, down, smash. It's like haiku, just fucking boom. And then of course he also has now a weapon. Boom, smash. Okay, and he has a rerun. Now, with that being said, his banner, they'll probably stack to shit because he doesn't have a good track record of being a highly sold banner. Regardless, the thing with me that I think is like the biggest, and it's a big thing when it comes to Genshin, I think Tartaglia, because he has quote unquote existed in the game for a long period of time, got fucking hair in my eye. People have seen what he can do a lot. Like a lot. So to me, that's kind of the fundamental problem, is that when you see, even in like content creators, if you're just getting into Genshin and you've seen people saying, yeah, maybe, like, I think at first you're like, ooh, that character's so cool, I hope they get a rerun, or oh fuck, I missed the 2 reruns, god damn it, that sucks. But then I feel like maybe if you keep watching, you keep seeing this character around and around and around. There's a reason why you rarely see Mona, and it's sure as shit not because she's weak. It's because she's been in the game since the very, very beginning. So people don't want to see the character that they've seen constantly. They want to see the new character. So to me, like Fluff was saying, which I do agree, Fluff. I'm very thankful that Thomas is on Hu Tao's banner, because now I might actually wish on Hu Tao's banner. And I'd be happy if I got Hu Tao or Thomas. But I am very, very much kind of sitting on standby, waiting patiently for what do you call it, Gandhi. But anyways, on the topic of Child, to me, it would make more sense for Child to be in Thomas's banner, because they synergize seemingly with each other. With like the Tartaglia hits fast as shit. Thomas applies a shit ton of fire, and he heals him, so you can just play super offensive without having to worry about being hit, because you got a shield. And yeah, I don't know. To me, it just kind of seems like just a whole confusing weirdness. Like I, as much as I'm happy that like I'm gonna have my cake and eat it too, more or less, it makes less sense to me. And maybe that's because they're gonna stack that ever living fuck out of Tartaglia's banner. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Seems weird to me, basically. Look at that. You guys are specifically pyro resistant and just nothing. Does not give a single shit about your resistance. Alright, I think we'll be jumping into Let It Die here shortly. I think I just want to burn my resin really quick. I'll do this on my time. Because it's been a hot minute thus far. Well, honestly, we could probably do a little bit more, honestly. What are we doing? Oh, handed my dailies. That's what we're doing. Fluff says they announced a boatload of new content and event for 2.2, and probably expect us to suck it up and get over it. Oh, I see. Oh, they didn't make a video about it? Okay, gotcha. Fluff says throwing genuine negative reviews in during a review bomb float is a bad idea, as it will likely get swept under the rug with the... Yeah, see, that's what to me, that's the thing. Like, to me, I'm thinking... Like a lot of the reviews, or a lot of the people who are not happy with the game are not like, there's a few stupid individuals who are like, bad guy, bad, but then there's a bunch of people who are like, actually no, here's my reason why I'm frustrated. I feel like arguably I think those people are the mass majority. Also, I wanted to do this and I wanted to do this. Yeah, we still need to burn my resin. Sorry, we're not quite done here yet. All right, boom. This real quick. Now we're gonna condense that, and we're gonna go get some energy recharge artifacts, and then I think I'll have to burn some artifacts real quick and stop and be slowed down. Good. You don't get rewards, but the music was good and the effects too. Okay, yeah, I don't argue that like the musician, like the Genshin music has always been fucking popping off and amazing. You know, I don't disagree. I don't think that's not true. But to me, it's just like one of those things where it's just like, I don't know if this was like, because the way they made it sound was like, we're doing something for our community, this concert, and it's just kind of like, what? What? What do you? What? I'm just stuck in this loop of absolute befuddlement of that whole thing of like, this is the response. I've never felt more special by listening to your orchestra's play. Like, what? Oh, and enjoy your errands, Fluff. Thank you so much for stopping by. Also, Alone Syndicate says, or no, Red says, on the topic of, do you think Child's Banner will be at all selling well? Red says no. Red also says he's been there 3 times now. Yeah. Seki says Mahoyo really likes Child. I know. I that's the thing, and I feel like they're trying to make everybody else hate him because, it's funny because I think a lot of people are gonna get like they're gonna be like, oh my god, I love him. Like Child's the best. You should totally get him. And then, I don't know, man. Because to me, like it's not like Child was bad. Like Child was always like I remember that he was always the character which I seen hitting hard as shit. It's not like, oh my god, look at this Child who one-phased the flower boss. He's insane. That happened beforehand. I'm sure he's just gonna instantly kill most things now with the bow and the artifact. Yeah, it's not the thing. That was never the thing. So I don't know. It's a little bit like fucking what to me at least. Lone Singer says, what second he said, yeah, the Mahoyo just really likes Child. They're like, hey, we're going to make you hate this. Maybe they hate him, actually. Maybe it's less of a liking thing, and maybe it's more of a I hate him. I hate him, and I'll make you hate him too. Also, why is Mahoyo so goddamn passionate about giving us a potential genocidal murderer? All right? And yet they still hold back, I'm not sure if a genocide, but a very weird, creepy boy who wants to murder people a lot, Scaramouche. It's not fair to Sekiri. Lone Syndicate says, no, Red says, for me, I'd actually spend money if Mona got a banner. My favorite character, and yet the hardest for me to get one damn time in a year. Jeez Louise. I have all base 5 stars after getting Diluc a couple days ago. Just know really red. Yeah, I lost the 50-50 and got Mona, but that's crazy also. But yeah, man, that's the thing. Like, but also to me, I feel like nothing is real when you talk about your favorite character. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the guy who triple crowned Razor, okay, and I had Hu Tao's, I had Shao's, I had everybody, but I went back and it's illogical. Love is illogical, okay? Like, enjoyment and favoritism is abound and makes no sense ever. So as much as like, I'm sure you can agree that Mona is like very good, very viable even now in the game. There's still like my argument about or not argument, my perspective of why people may not want her because she's been in the game for such a long time and people have been there, done that, seen what she can do. People are more interested in other characters. Also, am I crazy or do I feel like Sayu is getting shit on and she's just like Bennett? She's just like a character that everyone's like, yeah, they're good. They're okay. No, they're not the great. Well, you could use this. I feel like Sayu, dude, is like, if I haven't seen one person who is like fully sent fucking Sayu. Level 9 talents. The best artifacts you've ever seen. Maybe not even max constellation. But I feel like Sayu, man, gets a bad rap. Because I also feel like people are playing Sayu like a fucking main DPS. Like, what? No. Build her for like just being like, pah! And then running away. Also, let's do this real quick so we're not killing time. We still need to play some Let It Die and help the community do shit. This. One of these. Bah! No, not those. Those people are immune. Go to this guy. Jeez. He's also immune, but less. Here we go. This domain is really undone by of course Goba and everybody else. We can do one of these real quick. This. Bah! Hurry up and die so the one wizard thing can get killed. Attack. I cannot wait for tomorrow's weeklies, dude. Guess what? Your boy may be finally able to double crown what's his name? Also, I think I asked you guys this before. When it comes to Ball, well, leveling up her main attack does nothing, right? She like it entirely, it is, yeah, right? Like, if I wanted to get more damage out of Ball's katana, like her katana, would I level up her base attack combo? It doesn't stack, right? I think I asked you guys this beforehand, and I got an answer, but I'm like, still like, does that work? I don't know. I don't think I'll crown her melee though. Even if it did, I think it's just a lot. but yeah. Red says, I now have all 5-star characters after getting Diluc a couple days ago. Just no Moni yet. You'll get her, my friend. She's in the. That's the thing. You don't want to really force get any banner character. Like the standard banner characters. You'll get them. They'll come home eventually. It says, I mean, Thomas also synergizes with Hu Tao, giving bonus pyro damage and providing a shield. Yeah. Oh, and I didn't even think about that. My mind was in the gutter. Top of that you'll have. You don't have to switch back to Thomas to keep reapplying the shield. Yeah. That makes sense. And you wait. What do you mean by that? And you don't have to switch back to Thomas to keep reapplying the shield. What do you mean? Does Thomas's shield get re-instanced? Huh. Or you mean just like Hu Tao will end and then you'll have to go back to Thomas anyway and reapply the shield, so it like synergizes in that way. Sega says, I don't hate the child. Has another rerun, though. I see a lot of people that are really excited for him. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Again, to me, they've really stacked the deck. And I feel like if they didn't stack the deck with Thomas, they're going to stack the deck with other, like, Bennett's and such on his banner. So, yeah, I'm just kind of like, we'll see. But at the same time, I don't know. Sega says, I gave Hu Tao and Kazuha 2. Yeah, but that makes sense. Those are both great characters. You bet on people who I think are just good on a base level, you know. But the question is, Sakura, did you give Sucrose one? Because to me, if you didn't, that's wrong. I remember you came after me many times, being like, Grin, if you keep shit talking, and I liked my boy, my venti boy, he was doing good, and you were like, well. Excuse, and I was like, I mean, I don't know. I haven't played her yet. Who is Sucrose? Oh my God, really? Oh, I remember. I have vivid memories when we were on the come up in Genshin Impact, and we were farming the, what is it called? Like when Zhongli came out, and we both needed the Geo dungeon for his artifact set at the time, which was awful for him. And I remember you just being like, your Sucrose is killing it. And I had my Venti, and you were like, Sucrose is the fucking... I can't believe you didn't crown her. How? The disloyalty is too palpable. It's like you turned your back on yourself. Although Hu Tao does look very similar to you as well. If they ever released a Hu Tao with some big old cool glasses that are circular, be iconic. Insane Hawk says no, just the ultimate. What do you mean? What happened? Oh, what's good, Zeshi? Zeshi says, I love the name. That's amazing. Zeshi says child banner have always been unfortunately placed in between more favorable units. This might be the last child rerun till 2013 or 2023. Sorry, 2023. I'm not sure about that, man. To me, I don't know. Because to me it just does. I mean, maybe it makes sense. Maybe it's just me. I could be the problem. I fully admit. But I don't know. It seems like it could also. I mean, the evidence will speak for itself when it takes place. But for right now, all seems a little funky. Also, do you guys think I will get some weird slanted looks from people who are basically gonna give me shit for leveling up Ball's C2 talent? Because I feel like it makes sense. It's a bit gluttonous, but it makes sense. Okay. Xingqiu is getting this crown too. Oh yeah. But Xingqiu is there. Like, there's a couple characters which is like, yeah, you should absolutely crown them. Like, and sometimes they don't look like Ganyu's alt. You absolutely should crown. Like, these are things that people are like not sure if you should crown, but you absolutely should. Xingqiu, although he doesn't jump exponentially with each level up of his alt, it's the fact that he fires 5 swords. So even if it only increases by 10, it's 10 split 5 ways. So it's or not 10 split 5, it's 10 times 5. So it's actually a stupid high damage buff on him, even though it doesn't look like it's a lot. Same thing with Ganyu. Ganyu, especially if you have Venti or Sucrose, anything that can pull enemies closer together so that they're just like all getting hit by the same kind of AoE hits, is wildly good. Keep going. We'll just keep quickly burn this out. I think, well, it's time. It's probably time. It's probably time to switch over to our old game. Also, ow. Frankly, ow. Just real quick, please prioritize not the slimes that are immune. It prioritizes slimes. Rough. Really not good, actually. Also, ow. Also, I didn't. Ooh, it's really not good. Look. Oh, it's bad. Switch. I switch. Oh, thank God. Bennett, save us all, please. Also, do some of this. Also, do this. Quickly. Yeah, the reason why the damage is so different is because I keep forgetting to put out her special thing. What do you call it? Balls E, which is wildly good, and just because it buffs up everyone's alt and whatnot. Which, man, honestly, maybe I should start being a little more positive, because very well this could have worked out perfectly. Huh. If you think about it, I could have, if fate goes my way, I could have an absolutely stacked account, which I already really do, honestly. But say we skip Child's banner, no bueno, no thank you. But then we wish on Thomas's and Hu Tao's banner, we get one constellation of Hu Tao, and we get one or couple of version of what's his name, Thomas, huge, massive, and then what's her name, Yai Miko comes out, and maybe Ganyu as the rerun. Or it could be Albedo, who knows? They may save Albedo or Ganyu for one more, 2.4 or whatever. But if I could come out of this with one more Hu Tao, that'd be huge. One more Thomas, that'd be huge. Yai Miko. Oh, perfect dodge that. Look at us. And Yai Miko is apparently the skill ceiling for Electro. And I would assume she has like the same kind of damage amplification, or she could basically benefit from Raiden Shogun. I could come out with the absolute busted ass fucking account ever. That could work. This could have all been fate taking care of me, even though I'm ungrateful. And I'm like, this is bullshit. I just wanted to cut you, okay? We could come out of this with all of it. Well, your boy is selfish and only wanted one, but is what it is. Did we do everything? Yeah, we did. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll load up Let It Die. And by the way, where's the button? There it is. By the by, I have not loaded up this game in forever. So, yes. So, rough. Yeah, Let It Die. Have not opened up at all yet. So, it's gonna, I'm not sure if whatever happens. I'm not sure what's gonna happen, basically. Where's Let It Die? All I know is I'm going to get a Kamas, I'm going to throw on some armor I have in my thing, and then we're just going to full send it as much as we can. Oh, a little rough. It needs to oh, maybe it's going to have to install things. Oh, no. Oh, I didn't. I should have really loaded it up at least once. Alone City says, I mean, only characters I've crowned is Baido, my #1, and Ball. Really? Do you not have a lot of crowns? Or have you just been very careful, Lone Syndicate? Steggy says she has... Oh, it's trying to full screen? Yeah, we'll do full screen. Go ahead. Uh-oh. Updated. Are we good? Apply. Big graphics config is updated. Okay. Close? I never had to do that. I guess they tweak some stuff. Or maybe this is what you do now when you fully install the game. I
I look real stupid and creepy. What's good, Roger? Always good to have you. Hopefully you're having a lovely day. We talked about a lot of Genshin shit, to be honest. We had a lot of stuff with Jesus Louise. You missed a bunch. Oh, there's that chalkboard on fingers on chalkboard sound. There it is. It's so loud for me. I'm pretty sure it's not that loud for you. It said game start. I hope it remembers me. Do I have to did it not remember my save data? That's rough. I think it should. It's in the cloud and all that, right? Lone Syndicate says, no male character will ever get a crown on my account. Why? What is this? This is like, I'll be honest, Lone Syndicate, I know what you mean. I get it. I feel you. I know your heart and soul. I understand your commitment. I will say, however, it is like one of those things where like some dude who's hella buff and all that shit is just like, I just fucking like love women. They're like just pretty and like elegant. I just love them so much. I just want to fuck them. That's what I want. And he just sounds like the most closeted homosexual you've ever heard in your entire life. You know what I mean? But I know that's not what you mean. I just thought a little fun. Anyways. Also, my waiting. Oh shit. Actually, I'm gonna turn down the audio because it's wildly loud. Maybe not for you because I auto make it quiet, but it's a little bit loud for me. Here we go. Okay, let it die. We're back. Oh, the Kazuha is best boy. He deserves the crown. Also, Roger says, I must confess, the earnest tongue. You are looking mighty handsome today. Oh. Oof, like charismatic man. Thank you kindly. That's very sweet. Also, I'm going to do this. Does this look any less horrific? Oh, I almost choked myself. I just look like a very old, over it zombie witch. Whatever it is. Anyways, I'm not sure if this is comfier or more awful because I feel like the hair, I don't know how women do it. I feel like the hair on my neck is pushing up against my neck. It's not good. No, the hair falling, you know what I'm saying. It's bad. The hair is the word. What are we doing? This is my runner character, I think. Can she perform in the Tower of Barbs? I have not played this game in forever. Let's see how much muscle memory is present. I would like my shooter class. Everyone has gotten harmed in some way. You look great. Striker. Maybe we should use a striker. What are you rocking? Maybe. Man, I really played the shit out of this game. Not as much as you guys. I know. I should relax. I'm not coming to say. Ugh. 2 Kamasas, and you do got some armor. We'll do this one. We'll deploy this monster. Go. Insane Hawk says, I crowned Albedo. I might be the only one, but he's such a good character. I mean, hey man, that's the thing. If it is your most loved character, I 100% get it. I crowned Razor. So, and I had viable, better DPSs. So it's like, love knows nothing. You know what I mean? What's good, K Federation? K Federation says Tengaku. Not Tengaku. We're not ready. We're doing the TDM. That is the most I can give. Also, apparently the rewards have been cracked and all that. Let's see. I don't think I'm getting the ones. I don't think I'm gonna be here for this long. But you know, defeat 50 screamers for a good bit of money. Sure. I don't know, dude. I don't know. What is their damage? K Federation, you would know. Have you oh my neck, I can't do it. It's in my hair. It's in the back of my neck. I hate it. It's like I got a weird mullet. It's like I got a lot of hair in the back. Anyways, actually fucking it's bothering me. Anyways, K Federation, what's the damage? What have we gotten? Like, how many kills are you guys? Like, have you guys been progressing madly? Like, because they said that they would update it, but then I went back and looked, and it looked like it was the same
like 0. So I don't know. We'll use this armor until we get wrecked. So we'll do that. All right. My TDM defense was flawless, apparently. Yeah. Got it. How much was I robbed? I think it caps out at a month. Or maybe I was just, I think when you get low enough, it stops throwing your account there. Let me just, I just want to see where we go. What, they did say that there was rewards here, right? Did they make them cheaper? No. No, they didn't. Sad. Okay, well, what about this? Show me the rewards! Ah! Just a lot of shitty bags. Let's see, baby. I mean, I got 3 death medals for logging in, so killing it. We're just living our best life. Also, I'll take this. Okay. Yeah, my heart. Here we go, baby. Let's do this. I'm gonna get wrecked. I don't even know what buttons do. Lonesome says, I've just been leveling up characters, like I've had a total of 5 waifus in the last 2 months. You think I'd have enough resin to crown yeah, must say. Also, Lone Syndicate, I'm in the same boat, man. I'm like right now, as much as I'm like, oh, this sucks. I mean, it sucks because there's not really content to make, you know? Well, there is, but that's on me to make. But regardless, it's one of those things where I find like it's kind of nice also, as much as I'm complaining, it's also nice to be like, hey, I can play a little bit of, I can like level up Mona, who I've never leveled up. I can like level up Sayu, and Sayu's made a huge difference. Oh, sorry, Diona. Level up Diona, who's made a huge difference in my other team in Spiral Abyss. Just having like 2 solid healers is great. Even though Sayu did like a little bit of, or not Sayu, fucking, what's her name? It has a good bit of healing. In fact, I think Sayu would be better in my one team than anybody else. But yeah. Anywho. Sammy, what's good, Sammy? Sammy says, also, how about go kill some stuff on Let It Die, good luck. What's that? What? Oh, you're about to do that? Okay. Gotcha. I'm just here to do... Yeah, so this is the problem with doing too low, is that people don't have any defense, because they just have said, you know what, I'm done. And I'm like, I get it. I apologize also for doing this to you. I don't want your money, honestly. I just wanted to kill some haters, and this seemed like the fastest way to kind of do it if I didn't want to go to Tengaku and suffer in hell. And also lose a bunch of money, not good. Anyway, also I haven't played in a while. If I would do Tengaku if I had any semblance of how to do anything. Ink Addict says, oh man, the memories with this game. Yeah, man, me too. As much as I give it shit, I don't know, I feel like I gotta get better at that. I feel like that's something that everyone in the world could get better at, but I feel like I feel like the best way to convince anybody of anything is probably to give them a crazy amount of the benefit of the doubt, and how else do I put it? And basically, only communicate your perspective and try to understand their perspective. I think it's called the psychiatric method, something, fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? Socratic method, I think. Regardless, it's the idea is like that you're trying to ask questions. You're going to a conversation or a argument with not the idea of I can't wait to prove that I'm right, but instead you're going into that debate or conversation with the idea of I just want to find out if I'm in the wrong or wrong in some way. And then I think that's helpful, because I feel like when I covered Let It Die a lot of the time, I have a tendency to be like, I think it's like fun to some extent. Like I think that's the other thing is like you want to kind of make people feel like their emotions are being heard. Like, you know, you want to also be like, this is stupid, this is unfair, what the fuck is this? Because people are like, yeah, that's how I feel. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I just don't know if that's the best for like making a party take you seriously and actually change. Like there's a difference between like if your goal is to just make yourself heard. That's something. If your goal is to change the mind and to actually get an improvement, I think it's something else, you know? But yeah. Sexy says, I'm going to get cheesecake. BRB, you eat that. Fucking love cheesecake, man. A lot of people out here like an apple pie. Apple pie is fine, but nothing's quite like pumpkin pie and then cheesecake, man. Fucking love me cheesecake. Also, I'm a big pastry person. I'm not a very, like, you know, gummy worms. Hey, I'm not a fan. I can't. I like chocolate. Like, I like either pastries or like chocolate. You know what I mean? Pastries are the best. I think I'd rather have a pastry any day. Any day. The Kingo Frock says, sup, Grin? Genshin player here. Do you have any idea how to build Kokomi? I got her to level 80, and my heals are all right, but I'm only doing 6k per hit with her ultra. King Fork, my best advice for Kokomi when it comes to building her is, well, so the thing is you could either just heavily make her like do what she does already well, and maybe like even use, I don't know if she would be the best noblest oblige. I think she would be okay with the basically the Heart of Depth artifact set, which basically increases your damage and whatnot when you activate certain things, which is good. I think Maiden Beloved would just make her a better healer and all these things. She's a character that's in kind of a weird place. Yeah, like I think Kingo Faruk, I think your best bet may be just to go with Noblest or Heart of Depth if you're wanting to deal some damage, because she already does enough healing. Like if you just level up her talents, she's going to do more than enough healing. You don't need to have like Maiden Beloved or anything like that. So you should go for a little more damage, just so when you're getting health, you're able to, you know, shave off some health from the enemies. But I think maybe in the future they'll release an artifact set that buffs the shit out of your like ease damage, so that your squid is just fucking shredding things while pulses. Maybe they release something where like the alt's damages pop in a crazy, like very good way. Also, if you have a lot of the other artifact set that increases like your alt's damage, then that can kind of work. I just don't know if it scales as well in that way. And yeah, but also I think she's a character that you don't get too. I mean, it depends. If you really love the character, then yeah, invest in her. But I feel like she's a character that's kind of similar to other characters where, like, you can do a little bit and get an okay amount from her. But yeah, I feel like you're waiting. Lone Singer says, wait, who needs help leveling Kokomi? What do you call it? The King Fork says he just got Kokomi, and he's wondering how to build her, basically. And I have less experience, but Lone Cynic, if you would help him out, I'd appreciate that greatly, because you've been currently building her as well, and you would know better than me about how to make her tick. But yes, that would be my thing. Is I think like there are certain characters in Genshin where, like, doing a little bit of investment, you'll get a lot out of them, but doing any more investment, you're kind of capped out a little bit. Like Diona is in a weird place like that, but also I feel like that may be bullshit. I feel like in Diona's case, there's plenty of characters that have, yeah, they're like good to go. You know what I mean? Like you don't need to invest in them in an insane amount. Or sorry, you could invest in them in an insane amount and probably see more out of them, but you just don't need to, because there's nothing in the game that needs a shield that is that dense, or health that heal that much, etc. So yeah, I kind of get where people are coming from, specifically just because there's not a need for extra shields or a healer if you already can tank everything in the game, you know. K Federation says there's like 30 hater requests, but Tengeku and Tower counts. TDM doesn't count for their kills, so we're missing a lot. What? Oh, okay, no, I see what you're saying. Okay, so like me killing haters still counts to the subtotal of the things, right? But it's just I'm just not getting the rewards, which I don't want the rewards anyway. I'm not like, you mean quests, so the quest rewards don't count for TDM, which makes no sense, man. Also, we're done. Man, we really need to get to a fucking base that has a lot of enemies to kill. Oh, currently running Heart of Depth 4-piece. Everything's leveled up, King? Okay, everything's leveled up. You got your talents leveled up. You got your weapon. You got a decent weapon on her, or stuff like that. Because she's also a character that, if you wanted to go like a DPS build, is yeah, it seems like a little more clunky. Whereas like if you just want to make her like heal shit, like basically like a Barbara kind of idea with like some cool CC AoE constantly with her squid, then you can kind of get around that and do it that way, you know, by like basically giving her a book that just buffs your allies' damage, not necessarily hers, which can be helpful. Admiral. Hopefully I'm saying that right. It says Tengeku stream, not Tengeku stream. We just doing the thing. I do not feel comfortable enough playing the game. In order to, like, for me, a filthy peasant such as myself, to feel comfortable in Tengeku, I need to play for like a couple weeks. I need to like fight high level TDM with my mace and like feel like I know how to perfectly iframe dodge, not iframe dodge, but like perfectly sidestep enough distance to where the blade's like, and you're completely okay. I'm not at that point yet. Fuck! Give me some more enemies, damn it. good news is that nothing has been able to, like, again, the negative in this instance is when someone has a really stacked defense, and you're like, oh, well, here we go. Here's a lot of shit. Great. With this build, you can hit for around 5 to 7k with your normal attack, and a 7 to 8k with your charge attack. That's so bad damage. That's just like it's not unpassable, but it's just like, oh my god, like I don't know, man. I don't know. Like Bennett with his hit can hit harder than I don't know. The more I hear about Kokomi, the more I'm just like, this seems rough. Hopefully, they might release like an absolutely busted artifact set for her in the future, but I don't know, man. Like, if they ever release an artifact set, I think that would, like, whoever does healing, it allows the healing that you do to be over-healing. That could be huge. That would make Kokomi, like, silly good. And, like, it slowly decreased the health over, like, your threshold of health over time. And like based on your energy recharge or based on your HP, it would lower the rate in which the percentage loss happened or something like that. Yeah, like, so I think there's a future for Kokomi. I just don't know if they'll ever flip that switch. Yeah, talents are already a 667. Yeah, I think King, man, this is Kokomi isn't made to deal damage, which is a thing. Even though that, like, she's made to deal a little bit of damage whilst healing the statue, unfortunately, you know what I mean? Because, like, even in the test arena, it's not like they gave her a pretty okay set and she still was really, like, only really healing you, you know? They gotta give us more, like, DPS characters in the test arena, though. They always give us, like, Kaya, which is like, yeah, a DPS, sure. Just kind of like, most of them are just alt damage, you know? So, the King folk says, and I have a level 80 prototype Amber. You gotta have to get that up to 90 if you can. Okay, gotcha. K Federation says TDM is 5 times harder than Tengeku. That makes very a little sense. What do you mean? What are you talking about, K Federation? K Federation, I think, like, you also are, like, you're thinking from your account's perspective. Okay, first of all, I'm not going to be here for 3 hours to grind up all the way up to like platinum and everything. Second, what do you call it? Yeah, for me, like, I think if you have guns that are super leveled up, my weapons are okay. They're okay. Unless Tengeku would, like, got nerfed to shit. Tengeku, the only thing I was able to really cut through was my, because maybe things changed, but everything when I was climbing Tengeku, which was only 460, by the way, I was never that guy who went apeshit. What do you call it? I basically got to, what was it? The assault rifle. Like, the assault rifle, everyone had a bullet resistant armor, so the assault rifle was kind of useless. But also, the only weapon that would work was the mace, and the mace was like the most range heavy kind of weapon that I had. But it still like barely was able to cut through certain armors and whatnot because it was built in resistant. But most armors weren't built in resistant to blunt, so I don't know. Basically, I just think, like, if you think the climbing Tengeku is easier than doing TDM, you're telling me this right here is easier than fighting a fully cladded armored guy juiced to shit with an assault rifle ripping my throat out. I mean, I think if you're in platinum, then yes. But I can always just go down again, you know? So I just feel like, again, I've never had that experience where in Tengeku where I've been like, lol, easy. And I remember back in the heyday when we were, like, really playing Let It Die, TDM has always been easier for me than Tengeku. Always. Always. And also, it's like 6 people versus 1,000 enemies to kill in sequence without going back, with also the environment working against you or working for you. I guess you could also argue it's working for you. So yeah.
Listen, it says, Grin, don't shatter this fellow Kokomi haver's dreams of having the best DPS Kokomi ever seen. Listen, I mean that, I'm not saying you can't have the best Kokomi DPS that has been seen by you, okay? I'm not taking anything like that from you. All I'm saying is that if you were to throw in any other, healer DPS, you might see more wonder and astonishment from them. But anyways, Red says, IMO Kokomi is not for damage. She scales at healing and being a driver for other characters like Bido. Okay. I mean, I just think Electro Charge is kind of a shitty element in general right now. It's probably one of the worst, but I suppose. Yeah. K-Federation says, I'm barely grade 7. If anything, I have the most relatable option. I use nothing but a flamethrower 90% of the time to 100. K-Federation, I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm just like, okay. Okay. I can't, like, what? Again, I think if you were to compare this gameplay, which to me is literally just popping a couple enemies and this, and you're saying that what I'm experiencing right now is less bad than the fucking 5-star, like Tengeku? Like, what? Like, if you want me to say you're amazing at the game and you're incredible, I'll say it. I've said it for years. I don't know what, like, yeah. If the perspective is like, oh, you'll get so much more kills in Tengeku, yeah. No, I agree. That makes sense to me. I would agree with that perspective. Question is like, I honestly, man, I'm not like getting back into Let It Die, nothing like that. So like I'm only here to give whatever I can give to the people who are still playing the game, who are just coming into the game and enjoying it, you know? K-Federation says, if you climb Tengeku and get roids, you get stronger, you will have an easier time and have more fun. Yeah, no, I know. But I think we talked about this, K-Federation. The whole reason why I stopped playing Let It Die was because I already farmed for an eternity to leveling up the armors that I liked and showcasing them as best as I could, and then leveraging your guys' help as well and giving me those artifacts and weapons and such. Then to only, then for the end game to then be like, but now you're doing that, except with significant more loss and more like brutality and etc. And like like you'd lose a shit ton of money, which for me was a lot of money. Again, for you it could not have been. I don't care whether like how you perceived the experience. To me, this is how I experienced the thing. But yeah, basically, I just feel, what do you call it, that like the Tengeku, even though I know you get stronger with the roids, I get that. I had no interest in doing the thing. Like, I already did that so much. You know, I already climbed 1 billion times. I have like 1,000 hours in the game. I already did that enough, you know? So the idea that, oh, now you have to do this again, but don't worry, it gets easier with roids, which is all based on drop rates as well, and a little bit of luck. Well, not luck. Yeah, I see there are certain floors that I think are specialized within the roids kind of things that they give you. But yeah, to me, that was never the problem. It was never that I didn't know Tengeku could get easier over time. It was just that the idea of doing it again, like what I already did 1,000 more times, was not not something that I wanted to do, you know? Lone Ticket says Kokomi is more of an enabler pair with Albedo or Shangling and Xinqiu, and she can shred. Yeah, I was about to say Shangling makes sense. Shangling makes sense. Xinqiu kind of makes sense, but it only makes sense in the way that like Xinqiu just does damage on a base. Like he does five times
5, I think. So he just does a shit ton of damage on a base. So yeah, he makes sense. But yeah, nothing like, I'm not sure what, like maybe Thomas. Like I think Thomas would set Kokomi free pretty hard because you'd at least be doing Vaporize and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. K Federation says you can't expect the game to get easier. You can't expect the game to get. I can't see it. You can't expect the game to get easier. I should finish this before I get my armor getting tagged a little bit. Trying to do multitasking. I'm not at that level like I was back in the day. K Federation says you can't expect the game to get easier if you're ignoring the entire leveling system entirely. But that's the thing, K Federation. Again, like I said, my whole thing was never that. That like I didn't understand that by leveling it was going to become less hard. The thing is that I already did that a million times, like a million times. And the other thing was to me, if that was the end game, it wasn't what I found to be validating or fun. You know what I mean? Like my favorite thing, and there's a reason why I kept doing Tengeku and I kept doing other things. When I was having the most fun with Let It Die, it was when there wasn't like assault rifles ripping me to pieces. When it was when I had my hockey stick or my flail, and I was literally like iframe dodging and like meleeing people and like doing that, or not that, but hitting them with my mace. But when you get to Tengeku, it just basically took all that out of the account. And then they had like snipers that would just one clip you really fast. So like the idea of like if endgame meant, yes, you could get a little more health. Yes, you could do all these things. But in my experience, endgame was largely if you don't play super cautiously, you're going to get one bang with a sniper rifle, with an assault rifle, or anything like that. So for me, what do you call it? My favorite part about the game was if endgame was what I loved, which was the combat, which was like perfectly memorizing the attack combinations for certain characters to understand their openings and then to completely be able to just put them on their ass, that was the best to me. But yeah, so to me, I like that was not what the game was. If that is what Tengeku became, which was, hey, you just need to grind this out until you eventually get the drop rates to where Tengeku become easier because now you have enough roids, that was never what I wanted to play. The Tengeku and the roids thing, I was like, yeah, so I can just have a character that can maybe survive a couple more hits. It doesn't change the fact that assault rifles, snipers, pitchers, and everything like that exists in the game. And those are all things that don't play within the same melee window of like, hey, wait until you come back, wait until you hit. And yeah, so yeah, that was always why to me, it was just like this, like I understood Tengeku, I understood how you got stronger, but it was just the most disinteresting thing to me because it leveraged everything I didn't like about Let It Die. I loved the melee combat, and it kind of seemed like an endgame, it just went away. Lone Skin says, also Grin, I got platinum trophy for Serena Karen. That's my 9th. Won all. Now I finish the DLC and move on to the next. Nice, Lone Skin. That's awesome when you find a new game that you're just chewing through. You feel like you're like, yeah, and now you just keep enjoying the whole process. It's awesome, man. Red says, I personally really like electrocharge reactions. They are not the best for damage, sure, but just love the chain effect. And I think, like, again, very few things in Genshin Impact are aesthetically displeasing. You know what I mean? Like, I love Kokomi's charge. I love all of the like the certain elemental reactions, all those things. But it's the fact that, like, it seems like you are very much losing out on a huge thing if you don't use them, you know? Also, I feel like my favorite effect or whatnot is the what was it? It was I think Overload, honestly, just because it's like so chaotic, and maybe it's because I have Ball right now, and Ball is just a blast. You're just constantly like popping off. It's like a firework launcher kind of thing, more ever than Kokomi could be, you know. Because Ball just Ball. That's the thing. I think Ball does stupid damage, or like AOE damage, sorry, or AOE, I guess, not even damage necessarily, but yeah. Ooh. K Version says, I just have never had fun in the TDM. Tengeku is different every time, especially with the new Tengeku weapons, decals, devs, haters, and the dons, etc. There's literally Tengeku. You need to learn all the weapon matchups. Like I said, I use the flamethrower. It's a melee range weapon, so I need to learn how to dodge everything and get rewarded. Yeah. I'm happy that you're having fun, but I was just trying to explain my perspective of why. Why to me it became like Tengeku was never my thing, and it was honestly, if I could just be like dead ass, it was predominantly because I played so much of the game prior to everything, so it was less of like that they weren't. I mean, I was about to say it's less of them not doing things. It was more of me being burnt out, but at the same time, again, I can't shake the like my experience to Tengeku does not feel like what you just described with the like new weapon variety. I'm sure you get into that eventually, but the pay window for Let It Die. Like what I mean by that is like the literal time investment, like where if you want to climb Tengeku, it's a long time. Yes, it's not a long time for you. I'm sure you could bang it out really fast. I had the same conversation with people in the TDM, and this is the thing. Like to me, this has always been the conversation I've always had in the Let It Die community, which is a person says, "What are you talking about? It's not that long." And then my video that I cover how to do it gets significantly more traffic, and like clearly I'm not the only one who's thinking this takes a little bit long time. Like there's the guy who gets hyper obsessed and like kills it and learns really fast, and then there's the person who's like the everyday human being who's like, well, wait, what? What's happening? I made a mistake early on me that's setting me back, or anything like that, you know? And I've always rather made videos for the majority of the audience, not necessarily the people who are killing it. You know, if anything, I don't think those people need help at all. But I also appreciate people who are, you know, try to help, and so that way I can try to condense the information and help others with it if I can, if it's possible. That's also what kind of took the wind out of my sail when it came to the Forcemen a little bit in the game, where I really liked when I made the White Steel video, because it was like, oh, okay, no, this is a clear like A to B kind of working thing. Like anybody relatively can do this with pretty much ease. You get an awesome weapon that's really good for like end game and just like clearing out stuff and etc. I know the electric static messenger does not become good at Tengeku, but anyways. But then when I started to do the other Forceman things, it felt like it was way, like the barrier to get them done was way more every single time. You know what I mean? And again, I assume you could go to Tengeku, get roids, fucking juice your character up, and then go back to the fights and then rip them to shreds. But that like again, trying to sell people on like a 3 hour or an hour and a half, that's the lowest I've seen people talk about how fast they can get through Tengeku. And again, that's with them already having like done it. That's with them already having roids. That's with them already having the decals. That's with them already potentially spending money in the game, etc. To be able to have gotten to that point, and then they're speaking as if that's how everyone is experiences is, which is just not the case, you know. Alone together. There's also Grin. I got alright. Platinum trophy. K Federation says that's literally Tengeku. You need to learn all the weapon matchups. Like I said, I use the flamethrower. It's a melee range weapon, so I need to learn how to dodge everything, and it gets rewarded. Yeah, K Federation. I am so like I respect and accept your perspective, but I could not disagree with you more based on my experience. It's not based on like me being like but from my perspective, that was never how it was. Ever. And maybe it's because like what you're meaning by like countering to me, I still ended up taking damage, and to me that was not countering. That was one of my favorite parts about Let It Die, is you could literally walk butt ass naked and just fucking dunk on all these people. Whereas in Tengeku, I don't know if you can get away with that. I don't know if you can go butt ass naked. No, a Kamas bullet will clip you and rip your armor to shreds, or rip you to shreds. So to me, I'm like, that's less fun. Yeah. And that's why, like, the meta before I left was very much Red Napalm's weapon, her big-ass gun, and such, being the thing that people use to kind of help avoid people looking at them and kind of peeking around walls so much, you know? Sammy says, all right, already platinumed. I want the bow, and I have it. Oh okay, really, what? Wait, I want that bow, and I have it. Okay, Sammy, all right. K Federation says, realistically, you could take a break from the game every 5 floors, so that the time argument is kind of invalid. I generally have the time when I do play, but I can just grind to 50 and 100 in like 3 hours or less. K Federation. Okay. K Federation. Here's the thing. Take you, who has played the game, I would imagine, a good bit of times. Take you and take the average human being. You're telling me if I were to give the guy to play for a week, get a random guy, get him to play for a week, familiarize himself with some of the combos, melee, and then I put him in Tengeku, you think he'd be able to climb? And he had baseline weapons. And we were to take you and take an average human being, and you think that person could bang it out in 3 hours and get to 50 to 100? If you say yes, I've departed the conversation. I'm no longer here. I'm not talking anymore about this subject with you, because to me my perspective is so, and I fully accept that my perspective could be invalid, but it is so not in the same realm that I feel like I can't have a productive conversation anymore. You know what I mean? So yeah. Lone Syndicate says, yeah, only thing about Serena Kage, a series, is that not all the games are on PS4. One is on PS Vita. Now I'm thinking, do I buy the game for the Vita or watch it on YouTube? Vita? You have a Vita? Jesus, Lone. Honestly, I would either go with, like you said, watch a YouTube video, but that seems like a pretty okay plan. Second thing is, what is it? I would also say, yeah, like, so do that, but also, what do we call it? There's things like emulators that are also pretty good now, so I feel like do that. Do the emulator thing. Ooh. Let's no longer use the Kamas. I want to reminisce, and I want to use, especially when we're this low, we'll be able to survive, I think. Let's use the melee weapons. I don't know if I've lost my touch entirely, because I did love this to pieces. I remember we made a video back in the day where we did the what do you call it, Tengeku, kinda with our eyes closed, which was fun. K Federation says, no, I said that's me, but there's a thing every 5 floors to take a break and log off while saving your progression, so at most you'd just need like 30 minutes to get to the next one. Well, but see, that's the thing you say, K Federation, before that, you say realistically, you can take a break from the game every 5 floors, so the time argument is kind of invalid. The reason why I don't think it's invalid is because, what do you call it? That's like, that was never my experience, because you're stuck up there. The flail is still broken. I hope it stays that way, frankly, because there's nothing. But also, I don't know, man, because to me, the thing will always, like, if I could just turn off the guns, like ranged weapons, and I could just have fucking like gladiator, like fist to fist level shit, I'd be into that. But anyways, on the topic of like the time argument being invalid, I think that is like literally the thing that determines this game as being crazy. Because you said you can take a break on the boss floors. Do you mean like buy a thing from the wandering shop? Like do you mean buying one of these rolls or something? So you mean you can take a break like that? Because to me, as much as I can understand that, I just don't, like, to me, that means you keep having to climb though. And like, to me, I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm conditioned, because the how Let It Die's system in the beginning is you literally, like, what do you call it? You go to the very bottom, then you climb up, and then you eventually try to get to an escalator so you can go back down to the bottom so that you can stop playing. Otherwise, you got to keep climbing and keep finding doors and ways to the position. It's not that much money, but I also feel like, again, that was one of the other things that I felt a super disconnect between myself, my experience, and other Let It Die people's experience, was the amount of money that people had. Like, people always said they had like $5 million all the time, and I was kind of like, I don't have anything like that. I just never clicked on what the heck that was, how people got that much. I think it was just Tengeku. lots and lots of Tengaku, but yeah. Also, it's mostly because I spent all of it on the mushroom stew and all that before there was so many options in there. But I don't know. I always feel like when you're like, to me, I need, maybe it's just me, but I think a lot of people actually like that. But I think you need that, like, I can stop. I can, like, walk away, and I know that, like, if I wanted to, I could do some TDM. I could go farm and level up my armor a little bit. I could do this and this and that. Instead, you're like, nope, I have to keep climbing. I have to keep climbing. Hope I can kill this boss and then get down. Also, I feel like when you're like, how do I put it? Like, again, it's if you've been playing Let It Die for a while and your Tengaku is like business as usual, you already made all the things in your mind, you already know how to do everything. If you're a person that's just getting into Tengaku or hasn't done an absurd amount of Tengaku, I forgot it's dodge to the right, I think. There we go. Although, again, probably not the best showcase. Nanny says, just got my brains blown from the rage sniper move because I forgot to block. Let's go. Yeah. See, that's been more my experience. That was more of like, oh shit. See, and that, like, I don't know, that was the thing that bothered me so much, was that, like, I loved that idea where you could basically, like, if you just knew the combo, you could just immediately blitzkrieg them. Like, that was the best thing to me in this game, and I feel like it kind of it was no longer a thing, you know, or at least it felt like it was less of a thing. Okay, Variations, you have like 5 million in your rewards box, silly, but yeah, if you do TDM or Tengaku, you should have money unless you have Forceman gear because it's overpriced. Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. What do you call it? For me, I thought people were, when they talked to me about it, it sounded like they literally have 5 million on hand. But that also may have been because when we were on the come up in Let It Die in the very, very, very beginning, it was when no one really knew the TDM really well, and yeah. And people who literally had like a decent defense and just had a crazy amount of Primo gems sitting there. I have a question for you guys on the topic of not Tengaku and climbing and all these things. What do you call it? Lone Syndicate says, wait, Grin, emulators, what you talking about? And yes, I have a PS Vita. Weird, you have a PS Vita. But I was going to say there's emulators. Usually there's an emulator of everything. I feel like the person that talked about this would maybe be Nub or Fluff. But yeah, everyone, like, there's emulators of everything. So if you want to, like, play a DS game, if you want to play an old ass game, there's always that. So I feel like that would be my route there. Also, they tend to be like piratey and free, so you would be able to get the game probably for free. Although it seems like the best bet is just do the Let's Play thing. Just watch like that version of the game, the movie, and just skip through it more or less. Here's a challenge. Let's use the yo-yo because I fucking hate this thing. Although, yeah, the yo-yo was only really bad because there was it did no damage. Well, it did damage. I feel like every time I say anything, I just feel like I'm like, someone's gonna come in here and be like, well, actually, it's amazing, and I'm like, for me, it wasn't. I don't know what to tell you. I'm the worst. I suck. I'm the worst Let It Die player ever. I don't care if that's my title. I'm not gonna sit here and like try to be like, well, actually, because I won't get it right, and I don't want to get it right, frankly. But anyways, I was going to ask you guys, what do you guys think that, does anyone have an idea of what MiHoYo's next game would be? Not MiHoYo, fuck, I keep saying that. Gung-Ho. Gung-Ho / Grasshopper Manufacturer, which I think it's Grasshopper. Grasshopper Manufacturer makes the games, and Gung-Ho produces them and publishes them. But what do you guys think the next game will be? Some people keep saying Let It Die 2. I've been saying it too, for what it's worth. But yeah, to me, it's just, I don't know. Because to me, it kind of makes sense if they're trying to give Sony a video, like one of the first free-to-play games on what do you call it, PS5, which I'm sure is not true. I'm sure there's other free-to-play games I'm just not aware of. But what will that be? I have no idea. But I'm not, like, Let It Die would make sense. Let It Die 2, sorry, would make sense for it to be there. And I don't know, because I feel like it seems like they want to make a brand new game, but they also want to keep, like, I feel like they'll do the classic Pseudo 51 / Grasshopper Manufacturer thing, which is like the guy in the waiting room. He's been a consistent person in the entire series, I think, Eugene or whatever. So I think, like, they'll probably take maybe Senpai Death and, like, we'll plug in maybe a different video game, but it won't be called Let It Die 2, but it may be in the same arcade, it may be in the same, like, world or something like that, you know? Kid Virgin says, I'm only going to 100 today. I am actually not that good at the game. The top floor is 351. Since my fighter is low level, that's definitely not double for me. Yeah, that's the thing. The Let It Die community also, I feel like, has like a lot. Oh, I don't know. That was the one thing that I always loved that I was just never a part of. It's like people's perception of like skill and like what is insane and good and etc. Also, I said I would try to actually gamify this to some extent, even though they're all trash. But yeah, I don't know. To me, I always like people were climbing to the highest floors and doing all this crazy stuff, and I was like, man, I'm just trying to make videos for the everyman. And it felt like once you got to endgame, it felt like there was less of a choice about that, you know? Or if it is, it just had a super big cost. You know what I mean? Like the fact that you lose your money and all that stuff and you have to climb all the way back up was, yeah. You can always buy, like, again, if you farmed enough Tengeku, you would just be able to buy your stuff back. But then again, you're already spending that money hopefully on death medals or something. Or not death medals, sorry. What is it called? Fucking mushroom stew. So, yeah. I feel like I hit you. Okay. Now you really gotta get this guy. Who has this as? I guess they could block and you'd get slightly hit by it. I don't know. Red says, love emulators. Played Breath of the Wild on PC at 4K 60 frames per second with mods like playing Zelda or Link, where so damn really? Oh, man, I've always wanted to play that game. You could play that. Jeez Louise. Really? That sounds awesome. Huh. And it was fine? It didn't like break on you? And remember your progression and all that stuff? Golly. Who would have thought? I would not think that was a thing. Molten said, I might look into an emulator thing because although I can watch it on YouTube, it doesn't feel the same, TBH, playing it yourself. But if I can't, I'll just bite the bullet and watch. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we might do a couple more runs, but I think maybe we have to call it today because I still got a little bit to do today. A little bit, not too much. Also, the mask, honestly, is... it's real sweaty in here. I'm not sure if you can really tell, but it is not ideal. Oh, also, I shouldn't have done that. That made the eyes all weird again. Beast says, pepperoni man. Damn it, yeah, a little bit late, Beastie. We're about to wrap it up. Shit. There was sweat on my nose. It's not good. Anyway, this. Beastie, how you been though, buddy? Sorry, I was dozing off. How has your week been? How has your whole week been, buddy? Was it excessive? Was it crazy? Did you get a lot done? Did you just relax? Lone Sticker says, plus, there's a new game in the theory. Oh, Redden's full, apparently. Lone Sticker says, plus, there's a new game in the series coming out this month. I thought I won't finish the previous game by then. I'll try, honestly. I'm glad I got into a new game since there's no other game coming out. Has gotten my attention. Yeah, man, that sounds awesome. I feel the same way about, like as much as I'm very upset about, like, Genshin in general, I'm like kind of like I need a break. Like I just need to step away for a good bit, you know. So I'm kind of like, it's nice that Far Cry is coming out on Thursday. So I'm like, this is something. Even though Far Cry's are always weird to make content of because they're not really like Ubisoft games in general are not really games where I can make the kind of content that I'm used to making. You know what I mean? Because it's I don't know, the kind of content that I like making is like kind of reactionary kind of stuff, while trying to also communicate information and all stuff like that. So I don't know if that really happens. It's usually like any like Ubisoft game is like quick guides or like funny moments tends to be the like ones that are seemingly are successful. Red says nope. Extremely few problems at the time. There were only a very select few bugs with the emulator in very select situations, but that was years ago. Probably fixed by now. That sounds amazing, Red. Ray, would you mind sending me whatever website that was that had the emulator thing? Or did you have to buy it? Because I thought the whole emulator scene is kind of a little like, a little fucky. But if you could message that to me on Discord, that'd be cool to see. Because I would love to see how many games have that treatment. Because there's a lot of games that like, I've always wanted to play, what do you call it? That game on the Switch that, fuck, what is it called? You guys will know what it was. It's like Guilty Chain or something. Something Chain, but it was like one of the few games that had like a summoning effect on it, though. Could you also play it with controller? No. Was it like that was where it got fucky, Red? Could you also play like controller and other stuff, or no? Or was it like mouse and keyboard? Oh. I still just leave it like this. I can't fuck around. There's no photo mode. There's no photo mode and let it die. Guilty Crown, is that what it was called? Yeah, that was the one I wanted to play on the Switch, but I just never got to because it was on the Switch. But I would love to play that one, man. If there was an emulator button, that'd be sweet. Yeah, you used Xbox for. Oh fuck, that's amazing, man. Look at that. Yeah, if you could DM me that, or not DM me that, sorry, fucking Discord message me, that'd be sick. Appreciate that immensely, man. Red. I'm also sure Lone Syndicate would like the website as well. Plus, the new game's coming. A few problems. BC says mainly just relaxing today. Made myself a nice dinner too. Pretty productive, but a chill day overall for me. That's what Sunday should be, man. It should be pretty relaxed, chill, nothing too crazy happening. All that, yeah. Sammy says I'm at 600 screamers out of 1,000. That's 10 gold bags. Jesus. Jeez Louise. Lone Syndicate says also can't wait for the Far Cry content grant because I tried Far Cry game and couldn't get into it. Both Far Cry 5 and Far Cry Primal liked Primal a lot more. Yeah, Primal is an interesting game. Although I understand the idea of Far Cry games being a little different. Like I'm a sucker for first-person games and third-person games, though, man. Like, I know some people really I'm jealous of so many games that I really want and love. Like Fluff and Cards that are always lovely. Same with Nub. Y'all are lovely, but they're always lovely in the way that they're always playing these like weird different games, and I'm always like, I want a game that has to do with summoning. I want an RPG that's amazing, and they're like, here's an RPG, but it's like a weird top-down game. I'm like, I can't get into this. I apologize. Thank you so much though for thinking of me. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. It's so wet in there. It's so fucking, oh god. Oh my god. My face is so bad for the skin. It's like a plasticky, dried out feeling. Ugh. Also, now that we're not wearing the mask, we can de-spookify the whole situation. Anyways, my hair's also compressed and a whole way of it. Anywho, how's your day been, guys? I think I mentioned this already. Crushers. Alright, Guilty Crown, yeah. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. That is where we are going to call it. As of things to come out on the channel, honestly, there's a video coming out tomorrow. Today, there's a video, for those of you guys who watch the series Lucifer, there's a video signed, sealed, and delivered for you. For those of you guys who have not, then just don't worry about it. It's just your boy talking about a series he very much enjoyed. Feel free to skip it, but I appreciate anyone who watches as well. But tomorrow, on Monday, will be a video about the Genshin event and all of these things in 2.2. And then the videos I have are a little bit mixed. They're kind of like older, newer, all that stuff. I still have the Ball questline that I want to upload, but I also am a little happy that it fell on like less people seeing it because people apparently really didn't like Ball's questline, and I really didn't feel like getting burned at the stake because of that. My love for the quest, because I thought it was fun and goofy, and she's like a weirdo. Also, it's not good. It's just this one fucking nothing. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you guys do enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for rooting out with me. Also, if for anyone who jumped back into Let It Die, even just for a moment, to grind out and kill some haters for people, so that they can get some cool new events and items. Much love to you, and good on you. Appreciate it. I'm sure the whole community is appreciative of that. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. I'm off. Hopefully you guys do, again, enjoy the rest of your day. And hopefully you enjoy the videos coming out in a couple minutes. But wait! Second, he did cash in one status point. So, oh, shit. That fell. That fell. My whole thing was rocked around. I don't know how this is going to play out. Let's do that. One push-up real quick. Oh, where's my low cam? Is that in? It's somewhat in the frame. Let's go lower. Bop. 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 There we go. Not a lot of space. All right, 1 status points redeemed. I'm gonna throw up. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for everything as always. Hopefully, you guys do enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.